So guys, take a look at the delivery center footage. This is in Beijing delivery center this morning. Very packed. Lots of people taking delivery of the car. Very good delivery results. All right, we can expect very strong deliveries. And also, according to market insiders, NIO has very firm orders at around 16.5 thousand orders as of the end of last week. Now, despite the orders being good, deliveries seeming to be strong, we need about 16,000, 17,000 to meet guidance for this quarter. All right. And if NIO's pushing hard, they could possibly get, for example, this week, if they deliver around 7,000, they could probably even exceed that guidance and even possibly potentially get record deliveries. But it's looking like some of the other delivery centers. I've seen videos of those as well. Some of them were not as jam-packed. All right, I'll just make that very clear. So it seems like it's not very likely that we'll get record deliveries this month. Okay, so last month record deliveries, this month most likely under 20,000. If NIO pushes hard, maybe 20,000. Now the stock, wow, 4.15 down 5.58%. Man, so what's going on? Well, we had that nice bounce, and I was all in from here. We had a nice rally. Boom, we went all the way up. All right, this was Envo launch, but then that was also the tariff. All right, when the U.S. announced the 100% tariff, bam, pushed us down. And then EU tariffs, all sorts of tariffs, just really killed our momentum, guys. And shorts, man, these guys are relentless. I hope someday, man, some karma gets back at them. But one of the clear points, all right, clear line of defense was the 4.72 level. Multiple times around this level, could not break above here. We broke above very violently. All right, when we break above it, it goes very violently up. Here, when we broke below it, it goes very violently down. So this was like a sort of a do or die line, 4.72-ish. All right, and unfortunately, right now, 3 days ago, we could not get above that. All right, we stopped at 4.67, which is kind of unfortunate. But going forward, and I don't want to make this sound like a bearish video or anything. I'm still long-term bullish, very long-term bullish. NIO's going to be very soon with Envo looking at 30,000 plus deliveries per month, with Firefly looking at 40 to 50,000 deliveries per month. So long-term, all right, we're still looking at like double digits, triple digits, all right. But short-term, there's lots of downward pressure, and I guess you guys can all agree that there is downward selling pressure. There's no debate about that. All right, we are back in a downtrend, unfortunately. Even though we don't want to admit this, all right, we have to face the fact that we are indeed facing a lot of selling pressure on the stock. So going forward, all right, if we break below 3.74, this is of course the previous lows, 52-week lows. All right, hopefully this line holds up, but if it doesn't, all right, where are we looking at? Well, I want to put some things in context first. All right, back when NIO stock was at $60 a share, back over here, I made videos talking about how we had this nice big gap at 22. We could possibly hit that. All right, and that was of course a third of the price. Like back then, people thought I was nuts. All right, Mr. P, you're crazy. But of course, we did eventually get down and fill this gap, right? And then we had that gap at $8 here, right here. I called that. I said, hey, look, there's a gap down there. Just be careful, all right? Not saying we're gonna go there, but be careful, right? Possibly might get to 8, and then people were saying win 8. Of course, we got to $8 as well. But what are the gaps going forward? So we had this 4.72 gap, which was also filled, all right? Because obviously now the stock price is below that, so it has been filled. But going forward, all right, there's a gap over here at 2.55. All right, and I'm just gonna make it clear so you guys can all see it. All right, and I don't decide where the gap is. It's just on the chart. Everybody can see it. All right, this was formed back in around April 7th of 2020. This gap, could it be filled? Maybe. I certainly hope not. And this is definitely, man, if it goes down there, that's going to be very, very painful. All right. But there's actually another gap that's even lower. All right. And I hate to admit this, but, you know, we just got to look at things for what it is. This is the 1.55 gap down here, formed on November 4th, 2019. I certainly do not hope we get down there. That would be really, really bad. It would have to be like some sort of a really catastrophic situation, like NIO's maybe burning $2 billion or $3 billion in cash per quarter. Like, that's some very precarious situation that might push us down here. But no, definitely not. No. All right, they are spending a lot of money, but there's nothing that warrants the stock to go down there. Maybe there's like some geopolitical risk, you know, with the elections coming up. Could Biden and Trump have this whole debate about who's going to have the stronger tariffs, delisting Chinese stocks and all that bullshit? Certainly hope we don't face that. But so far, it's looking like all the gaps that were created on the way up have mostly been filled, all right? Which is very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating. And fundamentally speaking, they're spending a lot on R&D, but they're on the brink of just making tremendous amount of deliveries, all right? And I guess for investors, one thing to remember is the margins. So somebody said that it's very important to have over 12% margins, vehicle margins. Otherwise, you're not making money. And I have to agree with that. All right, partially because the fact that NIO cars are so high tech, they use 4 Orin X chips, which are kind of expensive. You know, it's really helping out Nvidia stock go to all-time highs. You know, NIO's buying those chips from Nvidia, but it's making the cost of the bill of materials, the BOM, to be too high, especially when NIO does these price cuts and massive incentives and discounts to push sales. All right, so that discount, 30,000 discount last year in June to essentially remove free battery swap, that really hurt NIO. It really hurt NIO's margins, guys. Okay, going forward, Onvo is the thing to look at. Let's see how high Onvo can push NIO's numbers. Is it going to be 30,000 per month or 40,000 just with Onvo and NIO together? So that's something to look forward to. But hang in there, okay? NIO is definitely going to do well in the future. They are one of the leaders in tech in the entire industry. They've won multiple accolades, right? Their cars are fantastic. So just keep that in mind. You're investing in a good company and you're investing in the future. Hang in there. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.